There have been many racing games that have revolutionized what it means to be a racing title. Gran Turismo is a good example of redefining what it meant to be a track racer, and Forza Horizon showed the world the true potential of open-world racing, with Need for Speed taking the helm of real-world examples with police chases and street racing. However, as franchises all across the world began to hop over to the Xbox One in late 2013, gaming started to see a boom of many franchises that we have come to know and love. And yes, while Forza was loved before 2013, the titles that came out in 2013 and soon to be 2014 helped cement Forza's dominance on Xbox consoles. Today, however, we're talking on 2013's Forza Motorsport 5, the game that brought the Forza franchise to the Xbox One. It's the game that also debuted Drivatar technology and is unfortunately one of the last games in the series to feature the famous Top Gear voiceovers, which is sad, by the way. So with this, strap your seatbelts on, put it in park, and grab your popcorn, as this Forza Veteran plays Forza Motorsport 5, and cries eternally at how bad he is at it. We begin with literal car jazz, I guess, showing several different cars from various manufacturers. This is clearly how Microsoft wants to sell you a racing game. No, don't show real racing at all whatsoever, just show them cinematic b-roll of parked cars in a garage. Yep, that'll do the trick. And then we get probably one of the best opening cutscenes in any racing game ever. And props to the voice lining at Top Gear for voicing a large part of this game. So with that, let's see what Jeremy Clarkson has to say.
Cars. To some, they're just transport. A convenient alternative to highly flammable dirigibles or walking. But you understand, cars are far more than this. They are our history. They mark the moments by which we define decades.
What?
Cars are some of the most intoxicating, most beautiful things ever
Look at this dude.
forged by mankind. They represent the glory of technology, the essence of freedom, and have been the weapons in some of our most gripping sporting battles. They grip us, they cheer us on, they hold us up as heroes. So this is about the love of all things four-wheeled and fast. This is a shrine to power, to speed, to metal made beautiful. This is where dreams are driven. Welcome to Forza.
When the game tells you not to worry if you lose, that's how you know you're gonna lose. We then get thrown into basically Forza Vista on the middle of a track to explore the McLaren P1 up close. It's here that you just get to see how big of a graphical leap the Xbox One was compared to the 360, and this game still looks pretty solid nearly 9 years after its release. With this, we begin the first race, and I'm just gonna put it blunt, it was insanely easy. Sweet, a look around of my car in slow-mo because I just want to see how much I damaged my $1 million hypercar in a sporting event. Yep, thanks Turn 10, really cool.
That race was only a taste of the journey ahead of you. As we continue, you will traverse an epic automotive world full of fast cars, old rivalries, and new technology.
Hey, Amazon Alexa, you wanna like, shut up?
Your career starts with the Modern Sport Compact Championship Series. But before you choose your car, let's learn more about the group from BBC's Top Gear.
Oh snap, let's get it!
When, in 2012, this was the beginning of a new age for sporty motoring. Only it wasn't. If you looked hard enough, there've always been affordable cars designed to brighten up your day. Mazda especially has always provided for the enthusiastic driver. That's why it made the
Jeremy does make a good point here, in the sense that the GR86 and the BRZ aren't the first cars to put a smile on your face. In fact, it's pretty true, because your mom already did that last night. We then get to pick our first car out of a pretty large list, and once again, we cannot use any kind of DLC, cars, or tracks, etc., because the marketplace is down due to this game being well into its end-of-life status, longer than many other Forza games I've played on this channel. So once again, thanks developers. With this, I decided to choose this BMW M1, and then for whatever reason the game can't even get designs from the in-game servers. Which goes to show just how far into the end of life this game actually is, when the servers themselves aren't even working. With this, we head to the first race in our championship series, the Bernese Alps, otherwise known as where PewDiePie once lived, and for whatever reason now lives in Japan because, I don't know, him and his wife want to just be weeps, I guess. Whatever floats your boat, man. We then get to see Drivatars in action. And fun fact, as I said earlier, this was the first game in the Forza series to use Drivatar technology. And yes, previous entries had AI, of course, but it's not in the same sense as Drivatars. If you're wondering what they do, all Drivatars do is copy your racing style and mimic it as an AI would in all forms of play. With this, I decided to set the difficulty to the highest it can possibly go, and began the race to find that, well, either the AI is really hard, or I just plain suck. Ah yes, driver and affinity level. The bane of my existence in racing games, making me feel like I'm trying to be a part of a Ferrari fan club. Now, however, we head to the Top Gear test track, in which we're going to race with a surprisingly large amount of trash cans on the track, which further proves that England is full of trash. Trash taste on America. Yas Marina is up next, and well, what are you expecting out of me, a clever joke or something? I won. So, get wrecked. After this, let's head to the auto show to look at some cars, including the fabled P-Class. This, well, if my memory serves correctly, Future installments of the game use R and P class in Forza Motorsport games instead of Forza Horizon's use of S1 and S2 class. Also, Porsche wasn't actually in these games due to a licensing contract with EA, so you actually got rough instead, so that's cool. You can also customize your profile in this section of the map, which is, well, for babies. So I then decided to try something a bit interesting. Let's try to hop into online multiplayer and see if I can race with some people. But first, let's read some interesting quotes from some descriptions of certain game modes. Remember, slow in, fast out. That's what she said. Carve your perfect corner and exit smoothly to hit top speed. I mean, that's basically the exact same kind of joke. Your competitors are waiting for you. Okay, alright, I'm done making inappropriate jokes, I'm sorry. Moreover, this was the first game to introduce what would later become Infection and King into the Forza Motorsport side of the franchise. And yes, Forza Horizon already had this in its own Infection and King, but this was the first time that Motorsport had something similar. At least I think of it, and most likely, I'm probably wrong. Eventually, after not getting any multiplayer time, I decided to go to free play because of many reasons. Mostly because the online service wasn't working, and every time it came up, it told me that only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you end up liking this video, consider subscribing. It's free, and you can always change your mind. Anyways, I decided to visit this place, the test track. No, not the Top Gear test track, just the test track. This map probably is in future installments into the series, but it definitely was a standout pick from 2013. And to round things off, I decided to head to Long Beach in an RX-7, which went rather well. To conclude, Forza Motorsport 5 is a great entry into the Forza franchise, being the first in the series to make its way onto the Xbox One family of systems, and paved the way, in many ways, for future installments and for Forza Horizon to take some ideas from Turn 10's team to implement in Forza Horizon 2. The selection of cars, admittedly, isn't as big as I thought it was. The track selection is pretty small compared to modern titles, and the physics and AI have definitely come a long way since 2013. But it's still a pretty great title to play, and I've had this game in my library for many years, and it's one of the first games I played on my Xbox, and I love it. And so with that, I'm going to, sadly, let this game rest in peace, and leave it here. My name is PandaPowerSauce, remember to stay saucy, and I'll see you in the next one. Later!